Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now in this video, we will be reviewing the latest McFarlane Collector Edition release, Kite-Man. Now this character I believe has become popular because of the series Harley Quinn. To be honest, I'm one of those people who is not aware of this character until I've seen him in that animated series. Now, this is a gold label edition, but since I am from the Philippines, the gold labeling doesn't really matter to me because there's no exclusivity when it comes to the two biggest toy company in my country, which is Toys R Us and Toy Kingdom, which both sells this product, whether it's a gold label or not. Anyway, let us have a look at the packaging. So the front of the box shows the usual clear window wherein you can clearly see the figure inside. At the side, it says Kite Man, which is from I guess, based from the series or storyline Batman Rogues. At the back, it's a picture of Kite Man, which I'm guessing is from the comic book. At the other side is a continuation of the clear window. Bottom, some legal stuff. Then the front is a continuation of the clear window. Now, let us unbox this figure and see if McFarlane did justice to Kite Man in action figure form. These are everything out of the box. Notice that our collector's edition now comes with less accessories. I guess that kite thing's already the main reason why it's in the collector edition price range. Anyway, guys, yeah, that is everything out of the box. Standard McFarlane base with the DC logo in silver. Standard McFarlane art card with the short biography at the back. Now, aside from the thumbs up and this relaxed hand that is on him out of the box, he also comes with this pair of closed fist hands and this, I guess, weapon holding hands or trigger hands. This backpack that is on him, by the way, is actually removable. So it only goes on him by friction. There isn't really any tab there that, to make at least the connection secure. So you see this huge gap in the backpack. This is actually provided in order for you to put here on the backpack if you want to display him with the kite unopened. And then, of course, because his name is Kite Man, here's the huge kite, basically, which you can also connect to the backpack like this. So here's a complete 360-degree look of the figure. Guys, since he is Kite Man, you know what this figure might have really needed? A flight stand. They could have at least given us a flight stand since this is a character with main feature or ability is actually flight. So it would have made sense to give him a flight stand. Now here is a close-up of the head sculpt. Now there's this thing on his shades, or what is this called? Anyway, eye gear, wherein I'm not sure, is that paint supposed to be intentional, or is there a problem with my copy? Because to be honest, that doesn't actually look nice if that's intentional, because I have no idea what it is supposed to be. It is some kind of shading or something. If it is some kind of shading, it doesn't work. This figure actually has a platinum edition, but it's sold out. So I'm thinking that whatever that platinum edition is, must be something that most of us collectors want, because, well, it's sold out. I cannot find a copy of it. Here's a close-up of the right side of the figure. So this is a simple reuse of the Blue Beetle mold. Another reason why I'm wondering why this is released as a collector edition, since there is no new mold here. It's just basically a reuse of the Blue Beetle mold that have been reused a lot of times. Now here's a close-up of the left side again. The character's design is pretty simple, so this is just a pretty simple repaint of the Blue Beetle mold. Not that I'm complaining, because this is one of those instances that it actually works. And here is the huge kite, which is the back of the figure. Now here's another close-up of the figure with the alternate backpack piece when the kite is not open. Now is the figure accurate to, well, simple comparison is the art card itself that they provided. I don't think that the figure is accurate, because looking at this art card, you will see that the kite is supposed to be way farther from his back, and then he's supposed to be holding those two contraptions. Uh, two, like, I don't know what you call that, but basically it's something that he will be using to control his flight. So that is not provided here. So yeah, I think this is not accurate. I think for me the kite should have been wider, and it should have those two wires that he will be holding in order to control his flight. Now let us go with the articulation. Since this is a reuse of the Blue Beetle mold, I'm not expecting any surprise here. So for the head, it can look down that far. It can look up that far, side to side, then that. For the hands, can do that, and then can do the T-pose, bicep cut, double jointed elbow, and then uh, ball peg wrists. The abdominal cut can do that, and then he also has waist rotation. So no problem when it comes to the range of leaning back. But typical McFarlane problem, it doesn't have that much range leaning forward. Side to side is not a problem. Now for the leg articulation, okay, the thigh articulation actually works. Then you can kick forward that far. You can kick backward that far, so you can do the split, double jointed knee. Then this can do that, and then typical ankle rocker. Then can do that, then forward and toe articulation. And finally, it can also do the bend them pretty well. So yeah, typical or standard McFarlane points of articulation. Now for some size comparison, here he is next to Deathstroke the Terminator. Here he is next to Deadshot. Here he is next to Red Robin. Here he is next to Batman Troika. Here he is next to Batman, the Cowardly Lot version. Here he is next to Supergirl. Here he is next to Silver Age Superman. Here he is next to Stephanie Brown's Batgirl. Here he is next to Batwoman. Here he is next to classic Titan Nightwing. And finally, here he is next to Batman No Man's Land version. Overall, another simple reuse of the Blue Beetle mold. Now, as I said, for me, Kite Man is just a B character. I think this is just following on the popularity that he had on the Harley Quinn animated series, but as a Batman rogue, I'm pretty sure is the last one. Maybe not the last one, but close to the last one on my list. Now, is this a good rendition of the character? For me, I don't know. The engineering that McFarlane did for the kite, for me, is kind of lazy. It doesn't really excite me that much anymore. I don't know. I think they should have at least, done better when it comes to the kite portion, since this is the main feature of the character. I kind of wish that it is kind of wider and, at least more accurate to the artwork, showing at least those two wires wherein it controls the kite. This way, uh, yeah, I think this is some lazy engineering of the kite, to be honest. But if you're a fan of the character, which I am not, uh, I think, to be honest, guys, I think this is a simple pass for me. It is a very minor character, which I don't know is, as I said, on the very last, on the very bottom when it comes to Batman rogues. But I don't know. That platinum version of this one kind of sold out pretty fast, so I'm not sure if that looks better. But yeah, I haven't really seen any picture of it. Might have to research it on the internet or nah. I decided not to because, as I said, it is already sold out. So I'm not gonna hunt the platinum version of a character which is which is not even which I don't even have that much connection with. If I see it, I'll get it, but to hunt for it, nah. Anyway, guys, if you've reached this part of my video, thanks a lot. If you like my video, please don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, guys, enjoy life and keep collecting.